What's good, guys? So today I actually wanted to talk about this tweet. Let me get his name real quick. Yeah, so Andre O'Shea, I think that's how you say his name. He tweeted out and he said, "Creatives, if you could pick anyone's brain over a lunch date, who would it be?" So I decided that I was gonna make a video about my answer. Let's go. Okay, so I have a top 5. I didn't really create an order. However, it's pretty close to the order that I think I would pick. So at the number 1 spot, I have Pharrell. And that's because he has stayed so relevant in the last, I don't even know how many years, but he has stayed completely relevant, whether it's fashion or whether it's music. He is a household name and he's creating stuff on the daily. So I would just want to ask him, basically, how do you continue to have ideas all the time? Like, creating stuff for me is always hard when it comes to creating a new idea every single time. But it seems like every time he has an idea, it like turns to gold. So I would just want to know how he continues to push out quality content. Okay, so at number 2, I have Gary Vee. And a lot of people are like, he's an entrepreneur, he's not a creative. But the reality of it is when you're an entrepreneur, you actually are a creative. And when you're a creative, almost always you're an entrepreneur. So they go hand in hand. And if he wasn't creative, he wouldn't have been able to build up this creative agency that he has now, considering the fact that you have to have a foundation when creating a business like that. So he, to me at least, when I watch his videos, you can tell he has a ton of ideas all the time. And yes, he has a team of creatives who help him manifest those dreams and ideas, but he's the one who actually is like, look, this is kind of what I want. Let me know how you get there. And the fact about it is that's the entrepreneur side of me wanting to pick his brain for everything, because like Pharrell, everything he touches turns to gold. So I would want to know why and how he comes up with these ideas and why he is so confident that they're going to work. Because the reality of it is, every time he's confident or every time he touches something, it ends up working out. And I don't know if that's only pure work ethic or if that's just him being who he is because he's amazingly consistent. So I would definitely want to pick his brain over like 35 lunches because I feel like I can never ask him enough questions. So yes, Gary Vee, please. I will fly out there on my dime to just talk to you for like 10 minutes. If I could get 10 minutes, that would be really, really dope. Or if I can get a phone call, that would be sick. Number 3, I have Casey Neistat. And if you guys don't know who Casey Neistat is, he is a serious creator on YouTube. Just in the last year, he's had a ton of growth. And the years prior, same thing. He continues to push out content almost every day, which allowed him to create 368, which is his project that he's currently working on. So I just feel like if he didn't continue to create, he wouldn't have had that platform to be able to create 368 and see it manifest the way he wants it to. So I would definitely want to know how he creates the content that he does so viciously, because I feel like you can only create something so many times. And I feel like his videos are sometimes repetitive, but I learn something new every single time. So I would want to basically ask him how he does that, because that's super admirable. And eventually, obviously, I want to get to that spot where I am that creative that I can make something that kind of looks the same as the day before look a million times better, because his content only gets better as time goes on. So yes, Casey Neistat. Okay, the next person on my list at number 4 is, I don't know how to say her name, but I think it's Carina Evans or Carina Evans. Either way, she's the one behind, I believe, like the last 3 or 4 of Drake's music videos, starting with God's Plan, that, skyrocketed. But I think it's super interesting because you don't find a lot of women that are in the music video industry. So I love that she's creating a path for women to actually feel like they can be in that space. Not even just me, because I do a lot of things. It's not just video. But for other people coming up, like, it's super powerful and moving to see, like, she is just killing it. And Drake's arguably probably the most popular artist right now. So for her to be working with him on music videos and killing it is super important for the game and super important for women in general. So I think that is super dope. I think it's also dope that Drake is, allowing her to do these and trusting her that she's going to kill it, because she has seriously killed the game when it has come to these videos. And lastly on my list is Peter McKinnon. The reason why I say that is because he has grown ridiculously in the last year or year and a half. I remember watching his very first video and thinking this is really dope content. And then as I started following him more and more, I realized that he was gonna start knocking out content like it was nothing. And so I guess my question for him would be, how did you knock out so much content while having an actual job? And how was it so easy for you to believe in the process when this creative process sometimes isn't easy to believe in, especially when you're just starting out? So yes, he was an established videographer, but behind the scenes, he wasn't posting stuff on YouTube. So I feel like being in front of the camera, I feel like that's completely different of a space to go into. When you're a videographer and you're just behind the camera all the time, in my opinion, I feel like it's very hard to get in front of the camera and actually speak to the camera and try to grow by making YouTube videos. Yes, his content is freaking amazing, but I just wonder how he felt as he was growing, so exponentially. And it feels like his family adapted to it really well, so that's also really cool. But yeah, it's just super interesting. That's it for this video. I'm gonna tag Pharrell, Gary Vee, Casey Neistat, Carina Evans, and Peter McKinnon in this video, so hopefully it reaches at least one of them so they can, just check it out and know that their hard work is not going unnoticed, because people like me really appreciate all the work that they do. I just feel like creatives in general need to stick together, because it's becoming a lot more acceptable, but a lot more fun and a lot more cool to be a creative and to be an entrepreneur. And I feel like all of these people are entrepreneurs in their own way, even if they claim that they're only creatives. Because like I said, I feel like creatives are entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs are creatives. It takes a lot of creativity to start your own business and to see it manifest and make it exactly the way you want it to be. Let me know in the comments below who you would pick to have lunch with and who you'd want to interview. As always, kill it in whatever you do. I promise you'll be so much happier that way. Let's go!